Hey everybody, how's it going? Christian from Treasure Town here, and today I'm really excited. In my hand, I have a roll of Indian Head Pennies. They're unsearched. I purchased them off of eBay, and a big shout out to Dave for making this video possible. He purchased the roll and will be receiving it after I open it. But anyways, really excited to see. We're going to be looking for any 1908, 1909S coins. We're going to be checking out the date distribution. The packaging is a little funny. It's not that good, so that could be a good sign if the seller, hasn't done tons of these in the past. Maybe they are really unsearched, and there's, a fatty Indian head cent, as they say, 1864 and back. Anything before 1880 would also be very good, but I'll look forward to checking it out, and I'll be doing that with you in just a moment. Let's get to the unboxing. And let's get started, starting by taking it open. And here is the first reaction to the roll. Now, I haven't even looked at them, but that end looks super, super hand crimped. We'll look at it, and actually, that's not as bad as I would have thought. I'm assuming that it's still kind of done with a crimper by hand, that sort of thing. But this other end looks more kind of normal, but let's see what each end, that looks like maybe 1895 or 1905, and this is an NF string and sun roll, but I think that the uneven wrapping probably indicates that it's not going to be super rare coinage, but again, saying that they're not picked through on eBay does not mean a whole lot. But let's get this open, hoping for a really big find here. So this is the first Indian head cent roll that I've ever unboxed off of eBay, so it kind of adds some suspense to the whole ordeal. But I think that the way I'll do it, we'll see if there's any fatty Indian head cents. Those should be pretty apparent if we pull one, and I'm not seeing one yet, and it does not look like we got one, but that doesn't mean that there aren't some good coins in here waiting to be found. So let's do it. 1905 to start, 1895. And I think I'll be interested if we could get 20 different dates, or even 18 different dates. That would be good. 1891, and we want to avoid as many of these culls as we can. Those are always unfortunate when we get them, just because they're not nearly as valuable or fun to look at and collect. But we have a good mix of dates to start. I think we got 4 different ones to open it up, then another 1895. Let's see, that one looks a little older. And it's an 1880. So I don't know if they have the date placed differently, but the whole presentation and how maybe the font or the punches that they use for the 1s and the 8s looks a little different. The oldest coin that we have so far. And 1870s would be a phenomenal find. Those are often a lot more valuable. 1896, they're going to be the next one. Then we have 1902. We have an 1889. That's pretty nice. And we also want to be checking for coins that have really nice Liberty, and then there's some diamonds along the Indian head, like the ribbon. So that's kind of indicative of a better condition coin. 1882, again, that's going to be a nice little older find there. So very happy about that. 1899 is next up. 1906. So kind of midway, I'll probably do a break and see where we're at in terms of getting different dates. But 1887 going to be the follow-up before we get an 1891. So at least so far, they're not all like 1900, 1901, like every single one of them. 1904, we'll see how that trend goes. But yeah, you can see Liberty a little bit better there. Not too many diamonds, though. This one's a little corroded, kind of a bummer. 1907. After that, let's see, 1890 and 1900. So still some pre-1900 material, always good to see. 1902 right there, another 1896. That one looks like it's in decent shape, but not great. 1907 and then 1905. So at this point, we've got these ones left, and before we do any more hunting, I'm just going to get these kind of in order and see how many different dates, if we're hitting the target of 15 or 20, how that's approaching. And we actually got off to a very strong start, potentially even hitting it. Yeah, we have 16 different dates, so that's really good. We have 4 from the 80s, 7 different dates out of 10 coins from the 1900s, and then 5 different dates, so that's a total of 16. in the first, let's do a little bit of quick math, 22 coins. So just hoping to add to that as we go along here. But 1907, that one looks like cleaned or something. I wish that that was, the real condition of this coin, and there's some nice detail on it, but it has been touched up quite a bit. 1908, and this is a big time reveal here, hoping for the 1908S. And I always, convince myself that's there. It is not, but a new date nonetheless. That brings us to 1907 after that. Let's see, 1902, that's a 1908. We'll see. And no dice, but wait, I gotta get these in the right place. 1891 here, going to be the follow-up, a date that we've already seen. And I don't know the relative rarities of coins that are like, in the 1890s, if there's any better dates to look for. That one is a good-looking coin, has some nice detail in the headband, but a little bit of corrosion up there is going to prevent it from being worth too much more over what, its value is probably considered at. This one looks a little more worn, 1887, and we always want to look, I think it's the 1888 over 87 extreme value, and I think we already had an 1887 date, 1907 again. So the 1888 over 1887, really a top cherry picker to look for. 1901 going to be a new date as well. So I think we're kind of closing in on that target of 20 that I had kind of, in my mind, ambitiously put out there. But this could be a good way to get. You could probably acquire an 1880 through 1909 set cheaper with none of the estimate marks than paying like $60 for a roll on eBay. This is kind of a fun way to do it. I always say, 1908, we'll see. Nope. I always say, like, I loved these hunts when I was like a little kid, so I'm still pretty young, but this kind of ignites some of that hunt that I would do, kind of hunting with dad or whoever else it was, where we would buy a roll and be excited and never really find much. And I now actually being in a coin shop, that sort of thing, I do make some big finds, which is the great part. Anyways, we're keeping on going here. Let's see, 1889, is that? I think we already had one of those. So let's do a pit stop. We got 1, 2, these look, okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. So it looks unlikely at this point that we're going to finish out with 20 Indian head cent dates, but we're going to have a few coins to make it happen. 1906 coming up short here. Let's see, 1907 also not going to be what we need, but 1891 I think we already had, and it would need both of these to hit, and my guess is this one, I guess 1906 on it, and I'm going to guess that this one's 1895, and off on both of them. Both are going to be in the 1900s, and that's our final wrap-up. I could do more of an elaborate one, but I feel like this is really just what we've got. We can do a little bit of subtraction in our heads to say that we have, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 from the 1880s. Then it looks like we have maybe 12 from the 1890s, and that's going to leave us with 32 finds from the 1900s. No 1909s or any estimate coins, and a good assortment. I felt like a fair amount of them are kind of cullish, but they're not like all super beat up, and for the price of about $60, I feel like it's a pretty reasonable find. Thanks again to Dave for shipping these to me. I'm going to send them to him right after I film this, but thanks so much. And always wanted to hunt something, an Indian head cent roll. Maybe I'll save up for one that's like packaged with a really old wrapper, though I think that those are often just ways to mark things up and kind of scam people. But anyways, look out. I'm always looking to buy unsearched rolls, so you never know what I might be hunting next. And I'll see you on some other roll hunting or informative or something totally different types of videos. Thanks for watching the video. I'd encourage you to subscribe to Treasure Town, as well as like and comment. Check out my other platforms like my website, treasuretownYT.com. Also some information if you're interested in supporting the channel. Then I also have an Instagram at TreasureTownYT, Twitter at TreasureTownYT, and Facebook Treasure Town. So maybe I'll see you on some of those other platforms, and have a great day.